Episode of the Football Feast Extra Time. Maybe we should change the name to Football Feast Extra Time.
Put it to a vote.
It's Football Feast Extra Time. It's just confusing me, and it doesn't take a lot.
You sound extra time.
What's
I
that?
mean, you're wearing red and white stripes, but it's not a Sunderland badge on there, so I can see how easily confused you are.
No. PSV. Got this in the old mystery football shirt.
What a mystery football shirt.
Right. What have we got today? We have viewers pick. We're doing an all-time 11 with only one nationality max.
Yeah. That I thought.
And
do you know
then-
what? I started hammering through that, and I thought this is easy. And then I got to the last got 6 or 7 players for us. I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough. And then later on, we're going to rank these 5 players: Hazard, Salah, Sterling, Rashford, Bale. Which was a hell of a lot tougher than I thought. Maybe not number 5. But anyway.
We'll see.
Should we kick off with the all-time 11 then? One nationality max.
Yeah. I've kind of gone for an awkward formation for this one.
Oh shit! What have you gone for?
I don't know if I'm playing against the rules, but I've gone for 3 at the back, 2 in the middle, 3 attacking midfielders, and 2 strikers.
Wait, you've gone for what?
I've gone for a 3-2-3-2 formation.
Fucking hell! Why must be so awkward about it?
You've got to get the players in. Jeez.
This guy. Right, so I've just gone 4-3-3 like a normal human being. I don't even know how to do this now then, because I thought we were just going to go through positions. Do you want to do yours first? Just run through your team.
Okay.
And then we'll talk about them afterwards.
Okay, so I've got it on my phone. Let me just get it up so I forget what I've got. So in goal, I've gone for Denmark. And I've gone for Peter Schmeichel. Again,
solid choice, especially as gets a nationality in there that's lesser known as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, and he's one of, if not the best goalkeeper of all time.
Yeah, very true.
So I went for 3 at the back. And nationalities, I went for Italy, Germany, and Spain. I've gone for probably the greatest defender of all time, Paolo Maldini. The greatest German defender of all time, Franz Beckenbauer, and Sergio Ramos. That's some defence.
Yeah, but the only thing I will say is, how many times did you watch Franz Beckenbauer play football?
I've played with him enough on FIFA to know how good he is.
Go on then. Who else you got?
So in the midfield, this is the one I'm excited about. The 2 midfielders. There is a kind of an attacking player in there, but I've stuck him in the centre. So I got Zinedine Zidane, France, in there. Mm-hmm. And I went for, personally, my favourite player of all time for England. I got Gaza. Like I said, he is more of an attacking player, but he can't play that role, so I stuck him in there. Then my 3 attacking midfielders, I went for Holland and Cruyff. I've gone for Portugal and Cristiano Ronaldo. I've gone for Argentina. I've gone for Diego Maradona. And up top, I've gone for Brazil and Ronaldo, and Ukraine and Shevchenko. That is something.
I don't even know what formation you are playing, though.
I told you it's a 3-2.
Just made it up to fit him in. So you've got 3 centre backs with 2 centre midfielders,
I'm thinking Maldini can play on the left, and Ramos is more than capable of playing on the right. So if they do need to drift
you're only
out,
playing 3 though, aren't you? What? And then just leave Beckenbauer by himself?
Yeah, of course. You got
So
Zidane there, who can back, and
I've never seen anything like it. I don't think the formation is available on Football Manager.
But you're going to watch people try it now. You tell me that Pep starts watching this podcast and suddenly you start seeing Man City playing a 3-2-3-2 formation.
Have you definitely made sure there's enough players?
Yeah. You count 3-2-3-2 and then add the goalkeeper. That's 11 players right there.
If anyone's listening in the comments, can someone ask me if they've ever heard of a 3-2-3-2 formation? Is that it?
3-2-3-2, yeah. Just because it doesn't exist doesn't mean it can't be used.
The innovator of football has spoken.
It's a valid formation.
Tommy Guardiola is in full swing.
Well, got a message from Clarky to say that I've got his 11. He told me his 11. So we could probably whiz through that after we've done yours. Run through
and he's also said never.
Exactly. I'm
no one has ever heard of that. No one's ever heard of that. Well, yeah, we'll go through Clarky's in a minute. I'll quickly do mine. Mine is a 4-3-3.
Yep.
I've gone for the same goalkeeper, Denmark. Thought it was an easy choice.
Definitely.
Nationality was quite a nice one to get in there as well. And save the good ones for later. So I've gone Pete Schmeichel. My right back, I've gone German. And I've gone Philipp Lahm.
Good choice. I was considering Lahm.
I was going to go Cafu, but if you're going to pick, you got to pick Brazilian. You got to go.
Yeah, if you're going to pick Brazilian players, Cafu is not really up there, is he?
Yeah, I've gone Italy left back Maldini, best defender to ever play the game.
Yeah, agreed.
And my 2 centre backs, I've gone for Spanish and Serbian.
I could punt at the Serbian.
I've gone for Sergio Ramos for my Spain and Vidic as my Serbian.
That is, it's not.
We'll leave a few.
It's not a partnership you're actually going to want to mess with, is it?
My 3 midfields are Belgium, England, and France. So I've gone with Kevin De Bruyne. He can sit in the middle with Gaza of England. Just in front of them is the French Zidane. And then my left winger, I've gone Portugal, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Of course.
Interestingly, we've done this and we haven't put Messi in, both of us. My Argentina.
I mean, if you're going to pick a player from Argentina, like if you're going to pick a player from Argentina as good as Messi is, there's one better, isn't there?
Yeah, I've got Maradona on the other wing and Brazilian Ronaldo up front. So that's mine.
We'll have to put them up on TikTok after this or Facebook and see which one people are more in favour of. Obviously, disregarding formation.
3-2-3-2 formation. But actually, that midfield of De Bruyne, Gaza, and Zidane. I mean, there's not much defending going on.
No, I mean Zidane's. He's quite partial to a headbutting. So, but look at my attack: Maradona, Cruyff, Ronaldo, Shevchenko, Ronaldo.
Yeah, you're playing like 7 strikers.
There's goals in this team. Yeah.
Shocking. What was Clarky's?
So it would help if I actually got it up, wouldn't it?
That's what she said.
I'm the one with a child.
Touche,
So,
touche.
so the one that Clarkey has got, he has gone for goalkeeper is different. He's gone for Iker Casillas in goal. It's a big shout if you're going for a Spain player. Roberto Carlos of Brazil, a left back. Philip Lahm of Germany at right back. Centre backs of Cannavaro of Italy and Jaap Stam of Holland.
I was thinking Jaap Stam. He was in my thinking.
Right mid. So it's gone for a 4-3-3. So right mid, David Beckham of England, Zinedine Zidane of France. Left mid, Kevin De Bruyne of Belgium. And the three up top on the right side, Ronaldo of Portugal. On the left side, it's got Messi. We have a Messi of Argentina. And up top, a bit different here. We've gone Samuel Eto'o of Cameroon.
Nice.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
It is.
Suppose you went for Messi over Maradona.
My surprising there is Eto'o. Maybe Drogba.
See, I thought I'd done quite well having Shevchenko in there. For me personally, one of at his peak.
I think yours should be scrapped for the formation alone. I'll just play 8 attackers.
It's legal. It's legal.
Shocking.
Might try it on FIFA next time.
On Ultimate Team.
Well, I'll adjust formation, put them in obviously where I want, and see what the formation actually comes out as. So it'll probably come out as 4. It'll probably come out like 3-5-2 or something.
It sounds like you're just confusing yourself at this point. Just leave it how it is. But yeah, going through mine, you got like Maldini's got to be in there. Only my Italy pick, he had to be.
Yeah, Maldini, like you said, is the best defender ever that I've ever seen personally.
There's so many left out. Like I was thinking of for me, the wingers have to be Ronaldo and Maradona. I couldn't really you could go Salah Egypt, you could go Figo Portugal, Ronaldinho left out.
It's kind of one of them things like when you're picking like your Spain players. Like I said, I went for Ramos, you went for Ramos. Just had Xavi and Iniesta in there as well, easily. Well, Brazil, you're obviously always going to go with Ronaldo. He's probably the best Brazilian player. But you could have had Neymar, you could have had Ronaldinho, you could have had Rivaldo. Obviously, Clarkey went for Carlos.
Is Ronaldo, Brazilian one, probably is he the best striker of all time?
Striker.
I know a lot of people would put him up there.
He's definitely up there. He's definitely up there. But like you said, what you want from a striker is goals. That's the main part of their job role. Well, that is their job role. You don't get a striker to tackle, do you? You get a striker to score as many goals as possible. And at the end of the day, that's Cristiano Ronaldo, right? But that's if you're playing him in that position. He's quite versatile. He can play on either side as well.
So the only thing, like when you pick a striker, obviously you don't. I still don't really. I know it's crazy to say. I don't really see Cristiano Ronaldo still as a striker.
To be fair, I do see him more of a left winger.
I think that's probably obviously because when he was at Man United in the Premier League and we was watching him every single week, that's where he played. And then he played there for Madrid for a bit until Mourinho thought, I'm not going to stick him up front. And then he went on to score 1,000 goals. But yeah, as a goal scorer, I think obviously you have to go Ronaldo because he's the best goal scorer. That's just a fact.
Yeah, but it's like when you go
Brazilian one was special.
Oh, he was just insane. But it's like when I think we discussed it before about the Premier League and Thierry Henry like talent-wise, if you put him up against Alan Shearer and Harry Kane, talent-wise, he's a cut above him. Striker, them two are better. Just the goal tally alone.
The only thing I would say that like judging like Ronaldo versus Ronaldo, you can't really because of the different eras. Like Brazilian Ronaldo would get kicked the crap out of, wouldn't he? Like imagine Brazilian Ronaldo right now in that Man City team. How many goals would he score a year?
It'd be ridiculous. It'd actually be insane.
Or put him in that Real Madrid team where the rules were changed, the game changed a bit. There was less big, robust challenges. Put him in that Real Madrid team that Cristiano played in for all them years. It'd probably be up there with the same amount of goals.
Yeah, 100%.
If he didn't get injured.
But I would like on the topic of Brazil strikers as well. Like, I know we're not doing unpopular opinions today, but I just want to put one out there that I think this is kind of like always been divided. But for me, Pele should be nowhere near the top 10 or even top 20 greatest players of all time. Shouldn't be there.
I never really saw him enough. A lot of older people say he's the best I've ever seen him between him and Maradona. But didn't he? Like he never played in the big leagues. Did he just
played in Brazil,
and then he went to America, played for New York with Cosmos, I think.
For me, Neymar is a better player than Pele.
Oh,
you have to. You have to. He's obviously level. Is he level with Pele now in Brazil, or is he just beating it? I can't remember too much. He's either level or he's just beating it. That alone does it, and the fact that he's done it in several other leagues as well. Neymar, like I've never been obviously Neymar's biggest fan. I think the other stuff that he does on the pitch kind of takes away from his actual talent. But when with Pele only doing it in the Brazilian league, he done the 2 World Cups. Was it 3 World Cups? But then you've got to look at like who are the other people he's playing against in these World Cups?
Well, other countries. They weren't.
No, I mean like what?
Just because they was old.
No, I mean like the caliber of players. Who are the caliber of players he's playing against?
Yeah, but we don't know him, do we? Because it was way before our time. That's why I don't really like to judge him, because if you ask anyone of a certain age, they will say like Maradona, Pele, George Best. He was up. If you go like to a 60, 70-year-old and ask what George Best was like, they'll say he was the best player on the planet. But I'd never really seen him, so we can't judge him. So this is the same as we judge the players nowadays.
My personal
we've never actually seen him. My personal opinion is he scored all his goals in a rubbish league, and then I'm sure they just got added on every time you spoke to him, there was more goals added on.
You count friendly games. You count friendly games.
Yeah,
it's scoring pre-season.
Yeah,
friendly,
but then if you
tally, right?
look at Ronaldo and Messi's international record, they score most of their goals against Liechtenstein and Malta, and like Messi's scoring them against Kuala Lumpur. So it's always a bit thingy. But Clarky's got an unpopular opinion, and I actually do not agree with this so much. But I did read something earlier. So he said Guardiola can only do it at the big clubs. And a lot of people have said this, like, because he's only been, but I think that's because he's only been at clubs with money. I think he started off at Barcelona, didn't he?
Yeah, because he was a player, wasn't he?
I don't think. And then after that, he's not going to end up at Swansea, is he?
I think the thing with Guardiola is he's progressively done it wherever he's gone. Like you've seen so many managers, even now, they've taken that leap. Look at Pochettino. He's been at a few clubs now that have got a good bit of money behind him. He's not really done anything. Whereas Guardiola, he's gone to these places and he's had this money, and he has just continuously succeeded. Not only has he succeeded, but he's improved that team and he's kept them a cut above the rest every time. Obviously,
Yeah, but
money,
then
it does have a massive thing to do with it because he's able to buy the players he wants, but so is every other team.
yeah, but right, let's be real honest. One of us could go to that Bayern Munich team and stand on the touchline, and they'll still win the league every year. Barcelona's a bit harder because you've got Real Madrid there, but he also had Messi, Xavi, Iniesta, and all them players. I understand. I get the thing like of saying Guardiola can only do it at the big clubs. That's something we're never going to know, is it? Because
I get,
he's
yeah,
never going to be at a Burnley.
No, he's never going to drop down, and I think it is always going to be one of them unanswered things, and that you are never going to know. But I personally think that if he was to go down to a lower league club, I do think he would do all right. Like I said in a previous video before, I think he's just got it, hasn't he?
He has said as well. He has said himself that he probably wouldn't be able to manage a smaller club because he needs certain types of players to play his way. Look what he said about Kelvin Phillips. He said Kelvin Phillips is a great player, but I just can't get the best out of him because he doesn't fit in to how I play football.
He said then Bielsa, the way Bielsa played at Leeds suited Phillips, and he got the best out of him. And obviously, that's just not the way he wants him to play at City.
Because I heard this earlier. I was actually scrolling through Facebook, I think, and I saw it. It said Jurgen Klopp, if he was at Man City for the same amount of time as Guardiola would, he'd have 2 or 3 trebles. And I got thinking about it, right? Who is better, Klopp or Guardiola? And then I was thinking about it, and I was like, I don't think probably Klopp could do with that Man City team what Guardiola done with that Man City team, the way they play football, all these little tactics, all these tweaks and stuff like that. But Klopp could 100% go to Sunderland or Charlton and get us promoted.
Sunderland, maybe, yeah. I think Charlton's going to be a struggle for anyone, to be honest with you. But no,
I think
agree.
he's the kind of manager that could manage anywhere, but Guardiola needs world class players to play his system.
That's the thing. The thing is, Guardiola, he knows how to improve and he knows when to improve. And he knows when, enough's enough for a certain player, and he knows when to bring someone else in. I think Klopp got that Liverpool team playing, and when they were playing, you didn't think anyone was ever going to beat them. But after they've won that Premier League, they just don't strike that same kind of fear. And I don't know, I just feel like he's just...
It's but wasn't he 2 games away from the bloke was 2 games away from the quadruple. He finished the league with like 90 points or something and still lost it. Any other season, he's absolutely breezing that league.
But what about now? Do you think he's going to consistently build on Liverpool like Guardiola has done at Man City?
They haven't lost in 18 games, and they're second in the league. I think they're going to do really well this year. I think they'll push City this year. But he's a hell of a manager, Klopp.
Yeah, but do you think that he will keep Liverpool going and consistently as good the way Guardiola has done with City? Do you think that Klopp will win the league? Like Man City, when they're not playing well, they'll still go and win the league. They'll go and win trophies.
I don't think Liverpool have been playing particularly well this season. They're winning games. I think Klopp's unlucky that he has got to go up against Man City. And I don't think that's necessarily Pep. It is because he obviously does the tactics in the team and stuff like that. But the team's outrageous. It's the best team on the planet, Man City. Not even close, I don't think. There isn't another team of like a squad of players that comes anywhere close to that Man City team. If they wasn't in it, Liverpool would have won them. They would have won the league for the last 5 years. I think he's a hell of a manager.
I was going to say interesting, but then again, I'm looking at who else could be coming up and challenging, but there is no one. Let's face it, there is no one beyond Man City, and Arsenal coming up now. I think Arteta's building a decent little team there, but beyond that, there is absolutely no one that I can see challenging Man City, and Liverpool.
But this is a Liverpool team. So he lost on the last game of the season, didn't he? When I think Man City beat Brighton, didn't they? on like the last game of the season to lose the title. He then won it in the COVID year. The season after that, they finished on 90 odd points and still lost the title to Man City. If Man City weren't the absolute powerhouse of a team they are, Liverpool would have 4 or 5 titles in Klopp's reign. I think, my opinion.
I think we could talk about this for ages.
Yeah.
But we probably should move on.
Maybe we'll put that out on the old socials either as well. I mean, Klopp or Pep? That is the question.
And reasons as well. Reasons. We want reasons why.
Who you would pick? Right. So we're going to rank our top 5. So we're going to do this maybe one week, unpopular opinion a week after. And we've decided on Premier League wingers from the last, 7 years, 8 years?
It's roughly about that, I would say.
We picked 5 and we're going to rank them 1 to 5. So
we're going to start from 5th going to the top, or we're going to go top to bottom?
5 to top, 5th to top. So we're going to rate Hazard, Bale, Rashford, Sterling, Salah. And we probably got the same person in 5th.
100%. I'd be very surprised if you don't have this person in 5th.
So anyway. Marcus Rashford is 5th.
Yeah, Marcus Rashford is 5th.
Yeah.
I think you could put a million other players in there and Marcus Rashford would still be bottom.
For me, he's well overrated.
I was going to say in the past 5, 6, 7 years, he's probably one of the most overrated players there has been in the Premier League. The hype that has been built around Rashford, he's going to be England's. Yeah, he's going to be England's next big thing. Didn't FIFA create the journey or whatever it was, that kind of career mode, and the guy just looked the spitting image of Marcus Rashford because he was meant to be this next big thing. The guy's not scored more than 20 goals in one Premier League season. But he's never had one Premier League season where he's but when you compare it to the other people in the list, they're not strikers. And they've been doing it.
He's nowhere near their level.
No, he's absolutely nowhere near their level. And he's one of them players where, obviously, where you compare him to the other ones, they're game changers. I don't see Rashford as a game changer. That's it. I don't watch him for United and think he's going to be the difference in this game. I don't watch him for England thinking he's going to be the difference in this game. I just don't see.
Saying that, Rashford was awesome last season. He actually had probably the best season he's ever had.
It's taken him how long?
Yeah, he is 25?
And going off of this season, he's obviously shown us a fluky season.
Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of Rashford. He's definitely 5th on this list out of all them players. Like, it wasn't. That's the first thing I done was Rick Rashford in 5th. 4th was a lot harder because I wanted to put this person so much higher, but I just couldn't.
I'm tempted, but I'm wondering if we're going to have the same list. But I didn't like putting this guy in 4th. But when you're looking at the other 3, I'll let you say first.
So my 4th was Raheem Sterling.
So
I really wanted to put him higher because I think he's a very, very good player on his day. Like what he done at Liverpool, him and Suarez nearly won the league, didn't they? With that absolutely awful team that they had, and them two were absolutely just insane.
Yeah.
And then he obviously went to Man City and done it. All right, he's struggling a bit at Chelsea, but who ain't?
They kill players.
And he does look like the only kind of player that something will happen for, like at Chelsea. Like when he gets on the ball, they think, something might happen here.
Yeah.
So I really, really wanted to put him higher, but the other 3 on the list, I just couldn't.
Yeah. No, I can't disagree with anything. I think everything you kind of said there is a similar kind of reason as to why I put him 4th. But the 3 players above I think they're just that a little bit of a cut above the rest. I think if any of those players were in the same team as Raheem Sterling, he wouldn't start. as good of a player as he is. I like Sterling, but yeah.
This is where it gets a bit interesting then.
Yeah.
Who's your third? And what's your reasonings?
So I'm probably going to get some backlash for this because there's been a lot of talk recently about how good he is. But I've put Mo Salah in third. Yeah.
And we've just ended the live stream. That's a big old call.
Yeah. I've put Mo Salah in third. It's just kind of comparing him to the other two players, and at their very best, I think I would choose. It's difficult because three of them are all very, very, very good players. But I think when you're looking at each of those players in their absolute prime and what they do on the field, not just scoring goals, just everything that they do on the field, their work rate and their technical ability, I just think the other two just have it that bit more than Salah. Salah, obviously, he's great at goal scoring and things like that, but I don't know. I just, if I had to choose a winger in my team out of those three, it wouldn't be Salah.
Clarkey has gone for. Is that Bale number one? Hazard second? Salah third? I just can't believe you've both got him like third. The numbers that guy does.
I feel I could explain a bit more once I've said like first and second, but I don't want to give too much away until I've revealed my first and second. So
I'll go my third then. I've gone Hazard, who I absolutely love as a football player. Like, he is so good. So good. But what has he actually done in his career? Nothing. Zilch. Nada.
I
He ain't done nothing. Like I said,
like
as a
Bale
football
third.
player. Oh, so he's gone Bale, Hazard second, and Salah first. But Hazard, I think he's like when I was playing at Chelsea, I was watching him every week. Unbelievable talent. But I don't know. I never got like. Obviously, he's gone to Real Madrid. It's not worked out for him, has it? He never done it for Belgium. He was playing for a very good Chelsea side. Most people that play with him will say that he's one of the best they've ever played with, if not the best. But I just think his an actual career, it's been a bit of a letdown. I think I said this when we first started the podcast that Riyad Mahrez has had a better career than Eden Hazard, and I stick by it.
To be fair, I'm a big fan of Mahrez. I'm not gonna slay Mahrez.
Yeah, he would have been over Rashford, to be fair. Yeah, so Hazard's my third, and that's the reason, just because the all-around career, Sterling's career, absolutely shits all over Eden Hazard. So that's another reason why I want to put Sterling. But Hazard's a much better player, if that makes any sense whatsoever.
This is kind of what I've gone off. My second, or do you want to do your second first?
No, you go for your second.
My second is Hazard. Again, just like you said, he's not won an awful lot, but when you're seeing him in his prime, that guy in the Premier League was absolutely untouchable as a player.
Yeah, so good.
Like absolutely untouchable. He came, obviously, he got into that Chelsea team. Salah was, I'm not going to say, Salah's not good because he was rejected from Chelsea. They fucked up with De Bruyne as well.
Many a player.
But yeah, Hazard, he ran that team. Absolutely ran. I'm gutted that it didn't work out for him at Real Madrid. I think if he had hit the same level as he did when he was at Chelsea, he'd still be there now playing. he was just that good of a player. Obviously, like I said, it's not all about goals. It's just about, we're doing wingers, aren't we? It's just about their technical ability as well. And I just think he was such a class player. And I remember,
100%.
kind of growing up watching Hazard at Chelsea, and I couldn't put him any lower. I just couldn't.
100%. He was an absolute beast of a player, like absolutely ridiculous talent-wise. But I just think overall career has been a bit of a disappointment, I think, personally.
In a sad way, it has been, because I think he deserved a lot more. But then again, I suppose that's his own doing. If he hasn't achieved, then that's his own fault.
I never thought he looked like he ever. Like, I know from what people like from hearing stuff of people play with him, he didn't train very well.
No, he put on a lot of weight.
He was one of them players that would just turn up to a game and just absolutely run it. But so imagine if he had the Ronaldo mentality.
He'd be up there.
Guy would probably be top of the list.
It like you said, like when you said like he went to train, he didn't really give it his all, and he'd go and just do the job. Very Gazza-esque, right? It's why Gazza never achieved anything as a player. He was an absolutely phenomenal player, and obviously is why he's my favourite player. Probably the most technically gifted player England will ever have. But obviously didn't care too much about training, used to avoid training, just turn up on the day and do his stuff. Same as Hazard.
Clarky said it put Kante out of position over Rashford. Right, so Hazard was your second and he was my third. So my second is Gareth Bale. Absolutely world class, phenomenal player.
Can't believe you done
on his day, one of the best, like just insane, absolutely insane player. And he wouldn't even play for ages, would he? Like at Real Madrid, and he would just come on and just casually just score a ridiculous overhead kick in Champions League finals. That game against from Tottenham into Milan, when he scored the hat trick, well, probably one of the best single performances I've ever seen from a full player. The man could do everything, and he started off as a left back.
Yeah, was it left back at? Is it Southampton? Wasn't it?
Yeah, he started off as a left back. He went to Tottenham as a left back. I don't think he'd gone like 30 games or something. I can't remember the actual number, but without actually winning a single game for Tottenham. Every time he played, they lost. And all of a sudden, he put a bit of fucking, obviously hit the gym a little bit, and then just turned into, probably at that point, he's take Ronaldo and Messi out, probably the best player in the world at that point. The guy was absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
And what he done for Wales as well, he basically just, there is no other team. When he plays for Wales, like he is Wales, isn't he? No, he literally drags that country to World Cups, Euros, things like that by himself.
They might as well be challenging San Marino without Gareth Bale.
Yeah. So we both know who each other's number one is then.
Yeah. I mean, I could go first to kind of just, you've been talking about Bale.
Yeah.
So obviously Bale's my top. And I think it's exactly that. Like the guy, he's gone from a left back at Southampton to smashing it at Tottenham, which not many people do. So then going on to Real Madrid and having just this ridiculous career, scoring just unbelievable goals, trophy-winning goals as well. That guy's just talent is unbelievable. As an England fan, absolutely despise the guy. As a football fan, wish he played for England.
Yeah,
Um,
just incredible talent.
but this, like you said, like take away Messi and Ronaldo, he was probably at the time the best player in the world, and I think that in an achievement in itself, being in the Messi Ronaldo era at its peak and still coming up behind them, challenging like for the Ballon d'Ors or just the title of best player in the world. That is why he's top for me. Whereas Salah, he's not going to hit that peak. Phenomenal player, don't get me wrong, absolutely phenomenal player. But I don't think we're ever going to be talking about Salah as Messi, Ronaldo, Salah. No.
See,
But there was always Messi,
that's where
Ronaldo, Bale.
I disagree with that completely. I think for the last 5, 6, 7 years, it has been Ronaldo, Messi, whichever way, and then Salah. The guy has been absolutely insane for Liverpool. Absolutely ridiculous. And the fact that people I honestly believe it's Ronaldo, Messi, and in the last 5, 6 years, Salah. He's that good.
Interesting.
Stick him in that Real Madrid team or that Barcelona team. The numbers he does is absolutely incredible.
This would I actually think that this would be a very good TikTok Facebook debate because it is just two world class players. Obviously, I know the whole of Liverpool is going to come out and say Salah top, but yeah, like you said, Bale can carry that Welsh team.
Yeah, but Salah carries Egypt.
Does he?
Oh, 100%. I honestly think for the last 6 or 7 years, there's been, well, obviously more than that, but Ronaldo and Messi have obviously ruled football.
Yeah.
And we're all sad that that era has come to an end. But
everyone else still watching.
I honestly think Salah was next. I honestly think he was the next best player and has been for a good few years. How Chelsea didn't see the talent that guy had.
I mean, they let De Bruyne go.
Yeah, both of them. They let both Salah and De Bruyne go. Probably top 5 players on the planet for the last 5 or 6 years, easily, I think. I think Salah, give me him over Neymar any day of the week. I can't think of a better winger than Salah. Can't think of one.
Would you take Salah over Mbappe?
In the last 5 or 6 years, hell yeah.
Right now.
Yeah. Oh, he's getting on a bit though, isn't he, Salah?
I mean, to be fair, I don't rate Mbappe at all. Like, great player, but I don't think he's. I think he's never overrated one, to be honest. But
Salah would be doing them numbers. Salah would be doing Mbappe numbers if he played for PSG. No, I've got no doubt about that at all. You could stick him on any team in the world and he'll score goals.
I'm actually interested to know what other people think because, yeah, I'm going to get absolutely butchered putting Salah in third for a start. But no, between like prime Mo Salah against prime Gareth Bale.
Yeah, that's going to be.
I think
it's going to be interesting.
That's going to be a good divide, I think. There.
Let's quickly go for our 5-1 then. Mine was in 5th, Rashford. 4th, Raheem Sterling. 3rd, Hazard. 2nd was Bale. And my number 1 out of them 5 was Mo Salah.
Okay, so my 5th was Rashford. My 4th was Sterling. My 3rd was Mo Salah. My 2nd was Hazard. 1st was Gareth Bale.
We'll definitely pop that out on the old social media.
Yeah,
because I think Hazard would get a few votes.
Hazard.
Yeah, I think he'd get a few people.
Got a question quickly before we finish. Who is going to be the next Messi Ronaldo rivalry?
See, I would have said it would be obviously you'd go for the obvious Haaland and Mbappe. Mbappe needs to move from PSG to even be involved in any conversation. What he does when he plays for France is insane, and he is one of the best players in the world. but he has to move from PSG. If he goes to Real Madrid and he starts absolutely killing it, then fair enough, we'll have the conversation. But it's a bit of a thingy one, isn't it? Because it all depends on what you go on. If you're going on goals and how many goals and assists people, it is going to be between Haaland and Mbappe, isn't it? But there's a few out there that you could go for.
You got Vinny Jr. as well. I mean, yeah, he's doing wonders at Madrid as well.
You got players like Bellingham, different positions, but he's going to be one of the best players in the world.
See, I would have liked De Bruyne to be a little bit younger than he is, just so we could have that Bellingham De Bruyne debate. Like they can kind of both grow at the same time.
Maybe one of them Barcelona youngsters, and they've got is it Xavi and Pedro? Is it
Pedro?
Maybe one of them and Bellingham might be Pedri. That's it. Pedri. Maybe one of them and Bellingham might be a good little.
I remember João Felix a few years ago when he meant to be one of the next big things. He's kind of just.
But
he's signed for Barcelona now, but.
Xavi Simons, he was supposed to be. You know, the curly-haired bloke who went to. I think he was at PSV or something. Then he went to Barca, or he was at Barca. He's in the.
There's a few.
He's smashing it in Europe at the moment.
Marcus Rashford, he's up there.
But now, for me, I would go with obviously the sensible answer is Mbappe Haaland. But for me, Mbappe needs to move from PSG, get to Real Madrid, start winning Champions Leagues, and start scoring 50, 60 goals in a proper league.
Do you know what really has impressed me this year? Alvarez.
Yes.
Alvarez at City.
Yeah. You could put him up there. He'll probably be one of the best in the world. Give him a year or two.
He's very young.
Then he went to Chelsea. Let's talk about João Felix. He got sent off in his first game, didn't he?
Yeah, he went on loan to Chelsea, absolutely flopped, gets signed for Barcelona. How's that happen?
There's a player in there somewhere, ain't there?
Yeah.
It's attitudes. I think it always comes down to attitudes.
Maybe.
Like, I think if you look at that list we just done, Hazard, I'll say right now, he's a better football player than Cristiano Ronaldo, but got nowhere near Cristiano Ronaldo's level because of hard work and attitude. If you think of all the players, you think the most talented players you know, look at Eric Cantona, Gaza, Hazard, and all these players. Like, I'm not going to put like Abel Tarat in a list of them three, but you know what I mean? He was supposed to be this unbelievable player, and he was. There's just all bad attitudes, which is crazy, really.
I will put it out there
that talent.
I think Erling Haaland is going to be the best player in the world for the next 5 or so years, 5-10 years even. The guy's phenomenal.
I'll tell you what rivalry I really hope becomes a nice rivalry in the Premier League if Foden starts playing more. Foden and Saka, that's going to be a debate for a few years. If they spend their careers in the Premier League, that's going to be a good old debate. Both English, both playing for maybe like the two biggest clubs at the moment, the best two clubs at the moment, Arsenal and City. That could be a nice little debate in like a few years' time.
Yeah, I think we could talk a while about Phil Foden. I think we're both big fans of the guy, but that's for another day, I think.
Yeah. We will be back next week with another combined 11 picked by the listeners. And what are we doing? Another ranking next week? We're going to go back to the old
ranking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
do another ranking next week. Chuck us some names out there. And we'll have a little go on that. And then we'll be back next Thursday, 8:30. But before that, we'll be back Monday with the regular Football Fee Section podcast. So join us then. Any parting words?
Any of you that are playing EAFC soon, trying to adopt a 3-2-3-2 formation, and let me know how you get on.
I might try it Football Manager when that comes out.
Get battered 12-0 or something.
Play the real football game. I actually can't wait for that to come out. Maybe we'll talk a little bit about that next week. See what new features and stuff they got. Right, cool. We'll be back next week then.
Happy days.
See you then.
See you then.
Yeah. Football beast, this the Football Beast Extra podcast. Hey, Football beast, Football Beast Extra podcast. Playing soccer, grabbing cleats. Playing soccer, time to meet. Playing soccer, time to greet. They finna talk a lot, okay? Playing soccer, get the cleats. Playing soccer, let's get it. Playing soccer, let's go. Football podcast.